Hello everyone, welcome back to Hopsy. Today we are jumping back into some hack the box machines. This is a easy machine on Windows called Optimum. It's still an easy machine. We kind of did a medium, then we went back to easy, but we're increasing the average difficulty. So the last one was 2.7, I believe. This is a 3.1, so we have an increase of 0.4. We are certainly approaching the medium machines. Obviously, I didn't really want to jump because I didn't have the subscription before. Now we have the subscription, so I can do more traditional learning where it's not like jumping from a 2.5 to a 5.0 straight away. So I think this is a better way of learning, at least for me. So anyway, we're going to do a standard test, which is an Nmap scan, which I already ran. We can see that it's, I don't know if you can see this, I'm going to zoom in. We can see that it's on port 80, it's always TCP, it's open, and the service is HTTP. The other important things to mention are we can see it's HTTP file server and then version 2.3, and it still says 2.3, and it's running on Windows, like the OS is Windows. So then we're just going to do the standard 10.10.10.8. If we search this up, I've already done some reconnaissance, so we don't need to spend too much time talking about this, but this is the interface. The really important part is when you click on this down here, it will take you to a redirect of HFS, and you can scroll down. I believe this is zoomed in far enough for you guys, and we can see old version v2, and it says version 2.3 2.4 is dangerous and should not be used anymore. So basically version 2 is bad, version 3 is good, and we know, like I said, we're running 2.3, and then if you just go back and you look here, we're running 2.3. So why is that important for us? Because we can pull open this NIST vulnerability, and it basically says Regetto HTTP file server, and it gives you a description of what the vulnerability is. Luckily, there is a MSF console. We're actually not going to do it here. MSF console. So now we have to just wait a little bit for it to start up. Basically, we can do a search to see if there is any currently existing exploits. Just waiting that to load, and we'll just search for Regetto exploits. Hopefully there is one, but we can have I guess a look at this NIST vulnerability while we wait for like next 2 seconds. So let's have a quick look at the vectors. So we know it's a 9.8 critical, which basically means we'll have access to I guess the user account, because it is a critical vulnerability. The attack vector network low, none, unchanged, high. Yeah, okay. So this is a good escalation of privilege exploit. So where are we? We're going to search Regetto. Okay, awesome. So we have two possible attacks. Disclosure date, this was 2014 and this is 2024. I believe the thing with 2.3 is it's the older version, and I think this 2024 one works on 2.4. So let me just verify real quick. No, 2.3M allows a remote. Okay, well, we are going to use this one, and then if this doesn't work, we'll just jump over to the other Regetto. So there we go, we're using this exploit. No payload. Okay, it's defaulting to that. What is my info? The host, our hosts. I still haven't done. There's a command that shows what my L host is, but I'm just gonna set it and not check L host. 10.10.14.10. I need to set it as the yeah, I don't know if you can actually see. That's a good. No, you won't be able to see in the top left. I'm still going to increase this a little bit. But in short, if I go here and I go to Hack the Box and I show you my connection, and I go to VPN, you can see that our VPN address is 10.10.14.10, and that's what you should use as your L host. If you guys ever have a problem with running these kind of things, that's sometimes what the problem is. And then our host is 10.10.10.8. and then our port is 80. Sorry, I forgot the set key phrase. Okay, set. So this should theoretically run. I'm not entirely sure if it will work. And if it doesn't, we'll just swap over. Yeah, okay. We should use the other payload. This one. Okay, let's use this. Let's do the same. Can I just set our host, set lhost, set our port, and then run. So maybe, oh, okay. Yeah, so it looks like the other payload might not work on this server type. It is a little bit hard to determine why, because inherently there wasn't much enumeration we could do into the type of server. We kind of just got 2.3, and I guess it's some sort of guessing game. But here we have, yeah, okay, so we literally have access. If I do print working directory, yes, we've logged in as user Costas. If I write who am I, who am I is not, what is on Windows? Windows, who am I? No, who am I should work. Interesting. I don't think it matters. I mean, we know we're in Costas's user, so we're probably Costas. Anyway, so we're going to cat the user txt, and we're going to take this because this is obviously the user flag. We are going to submit the user flag, and then the next process will be getting the WinPs onto the temp file, and once we get WinPs onto the temp file, we will run WinPs and see what kind of vulnerabilities they are, but I'm going to quickly just try that myself, and I'll come back in 1 second. So slight change of plan. It's a little bit different to what we originally planned on doing. Instead of running WinPs, we're running, I guess, something kind of similar. So you'll just let this run in the background. We need to wait a little bit anyway for it to work, but I'll pull open what it is. So basically Metasploit, if you don't know, Metasploit is done by Rapid7. So anyway, then there's an intern here that's, I guess, writing about what he made. Great titles where the vulnerability is at. So basically you can use this and it'll do like a local search to find all the vulnerabilities. So obviously we're locally because we're running it as Costas on the desktop, but we're in the Meterpreter system, so we, I guess, have that kind of access to do it locally. That's not the alt tab I wanted to do. It should be done pretty quickly, but we can see like here it will show possible exploits. I'm running the one with show description because I guess we want a description to see what we're running. And we can already see like potential vulnerabilities. So we have this one we could use potentially. This one, like, again, it just says it appears to be vulnerable. If you want to read why it's vulnerable, you would read the description. I'm kind of just waiting. Yeah, okay. So this is the quick summary of all the stuff it ran. Red obviously is not usable because it just doesn't work. But here we can see, so I've already ran like all of these. So token magic works, but it hangs. You get like a shell, but the shell doesn't do anything. I don't know why. It just doesn't work, so I didn't use that. I tried the first 4, they didn't work either. But what did work is this privsec exploit. So I'm going to show you how to do that. One thing you need to understand is we need to do this from the MSF console, because if we just use this right now and we go like this, it doesn't work because this is an actual exploit. You can't run that on the Meterpreter. I'm going to call it a shell, but yeah, so you just put in the background. So now this is in session 1. You can see it by sessions 1. Yeah, okay, so that's how you get back to it. You can list, I think it's just this, but and I'll show you the set. Yeah, okay, so that shows you the sessions, but we don't really care about that. We want to use this exploit. Then we can go options to show us what needs to be configured. So yes means obviously we need it, so we should configure. So we've set session 1. Oh, okay, I believe I've already set this before, so there's not really any setting, but originally this was no session. And just to show you how you'll do it, so you go set session 1, and then you'll see it changes it to session 1. You also would need to set lhost, and this is usually configured to something else. You need to set it to your current IP. And the L port you also need to change because the port will be the same as what you used last time, which was 4444, yeah. But we wanted, you know, I can change it. Let's change it to like 44441. And then that's it. You basically just run it. You wait like a little bit and it will exploit for you. You can, of course, look at what this code is. I believe there is a way. I can't really say I looked into it. I didn't necessarily need to because it said it's exploitable. And that's, I'm going to be a script kiddie and not see how it works under the hood. And there we go. We basically have, well, Metasploit. You're probably wondering, what? That isn't that helpful. We had one anyway, and it says what cost us. But if we come here and write who am I, we can see we have NT authority system. So we are now root, the equivalent of root on Windows. So let me just exit this. I want to go back to the normal Metasploit. And then to find the flag that's super chill, it's on the desktop, like it always is. So we go to admin, ls cd desktop. Metasploit is a lot better than shell to go around, so that's why I didn't stay inside of the shell. And I mean, Metasploit is just a great way of getting around the annoying Windows parts. Okay, activity. I did have to reset the machine. I had a problem with it. We didn't even use guided mode, which is great. Okay, awesome. So 3. I'm going to, I mean, this was quite easy. I'm just going to ignore the pawn. Quite easy. Submit the rating. But anyway, I hope you enjoyed. It wasn't, to be honest, I thought it'd be harder considering it's 3.1. It really wasn't that difficult. It was just a bunch of Metasploit stuff. The next one will obviously be even harder. I'm looking to do like a 3.4, 3.5 potentially, it depends. So we're approaching back up to the mediums. But anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Maybe also, if you have time, go look at my home lab that I made. I will be expanding on that. Probably next video, I'll add the CM in, and we can do some like event management log detection stuff. But yeah, anyway, hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you guys in the next one.